Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, pimps and players, and everybody between. It's your boy, the one on Debo Vibes right here, man. Thank you so much for coming by another episode of the Debo Vibe Sports Dive Thursday affair. You know what I mean? So I decided to bring my man Chris Tip Moore in the building. We're gonna talk some Falcons right here, man. But with that being said, my man Chris, how you doing, boy?
Hey man, I'm great. How about yourself, man?
Hey man, it's a beautiful day in the A, man. You know, we a couple of days we've had some great weather down here, man. You know what I mean? Some beautiful, outstanding springtime weather. Ready for spring to be here permanently, man, so we can enjoy some of the beautiful springtime weather in Atlanta. You know how it is down here, man.
Yeah, today felt like a day, saying close to the water, maybe like in California today. Honestly, to me,
Okay.
felt really
Okay.
good out there today. Not too breezy. Well, it wasn't cold at all, so it
Right,
wasn't too
right.
breezy. It wasn't too hot. It was just it's in a nice day. So it was just like, yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, this is what we're gonna do, man. You know, right now it's the off season, but we all know football there really ain't no off season. So right now we're in the midst of the combine. We got everybody doing, these mock drafts to see who we going to get at 15, or if we're going to move up or move down. Well, more likely move down to another pick, but more than likely it's going to be on defense, man. So I figured tonight we're going to talk about the Falcons been in business for a long time in the NFL, man. Our
Mm.
beloved team's been around for a long, long time, coming on 50 years, I believe, man. So
Oh,
no,
50 years now.
60
We're going on
years,
60.
man.
Yeah, we're going on
60,
60.
yeah. Yeah, 60, yeah. So in that time frame, man, we've had a lot of talent come through, this organization, particularly on the defensive side, man. So I figured since we're focusing on defense for the draft, let's talk about some of the great defensive players that we had in this organization, man, particularly through the 1980s on up, man. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that. But
Okay.
before I proceed, man, it's been a minute, Chris, since we talked, man. We do have a new different defensive coordinator, dog, and Jeff Albrecht. When you found out Jeff Albrecht was hired, what were your feelings about that? But more importantly, where do you stand on that right now, in reference to Jeff Albrecht hiring, bro?
Well, I mean, I said this weeks ago, and I'm not changing it now. At the time when I first heard it, it was one of those things to where it's like you knew it was coming, and you were just hoping you were wrong.
Right. Okay.
Because when you even seen Jeff Ulbrich as somebody to get interviewed, you was like,
Yeah.
so
Like.
it's just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're kicking the tires. Again, some people would call this a retread. I may be one of those people. But at
Hmm.
the same time, as far as where I stand today, I'm just waiting to see the moves. And because I've just like any other Falcon fan, right? We've already had the highs and bought into everything that was being said. I'm
Right. Right.
more this offseason, I'm more into buying into what's being done, like the actions. So with that being said, that's kind of like where I'm at with it. Jeff's here. I'm supporting
Mm-hmm.
him fully. You know what I'm saying? Because he is our defensive coordinator. He has a chip on his shoulder. He has something to prove, and hopefully he can prove it. Hopefully we can right the ship from 16, 17, and on and all the way up to present day. You
Yeah,
know what
for
I
sure,
mean?
absolutely, man. Because like that's one of the main things I thought about when Jeff Ulbrich got hired. I was thinking to myself, okay, like you said, we're kicking the tires on something. It's like dating an old girlfriend again, bro. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I'm saying.
So one of Raheem's guys, and I got nervous because Jimmy Lake was one of Raheem's guys, and we saw what happened with that. You know what I mean? So we just gotta see what happens with it. Has my attitude changed? It has changed a little bit because I'm like you said a little bit ago. This man has a chip on his shoulder, and the way that he was done and up in New York, big time media, and they just dogged him out. So once you get dogged out, you want to show the world what you got. And he has a talent to do so, particularly with the scheme that he runs. He says he's going to do a little bit of 3-4, a little bit of 4-3. So he's versatile with it. As long as we don't see like I said, no, base nickel defense with the corners playing 15 yards off scrimmage, I'm totally fine with it. I'm totally cool with it. I'm totally cool with it, bro. So, but like I said, man, let's go ahead and get into it, dog. We're going to talk about some of the best players the Falcons have had. And the Falcons have had lot of great players, like I said, particularly on the defensive side. And I'm going to start it off with 5 players that I think were the mainstays of the 1980s and the 1990s. But
Okay.
before I do that, man, there were two players I want to touch on real quick because they played way before that. And of course, one of the players is one of the greatest Falcons players that ever donned a uniform is one Claude Humphrey.
But so you
You know
got
what
to
I
be
mean?
talking about Claude.
You already know. He already know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? The only reason he's not on the list is because he played back in the '70s. He played 10 years. You know what I'm saying? From 68 to 68 to 78, and those years before sacks were even accumulated, they were every. I was able to look up his sack total, and this man, those in those 10 years before he moved on to Philadelphia, accumulated 99.5 sacks. You know what I'm saying? So a mainstay in the Falcons organization. It's beyond me on why he's not in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? So, but it is what it is. So, and the
Yeah,
other individual I want to speak on is the defensive back Roland Lewis. I mean Lewis. I'm sorry, Roland
right.
Lawrence. He
Yeah.
played back in the '70s. You know what I mean? So, and this man, he's our all-time interception leader. Has 37 or 38 interceptions. But
Mhm.
what's crazy is this man had the rock, he did his thing because when he had the rock, 39 interceptions, he
Mhm.
returned them for like almost 700 yards. You know what I mean? So, and
Field.
yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? So I definitely had to come on and acknowledge, pay homage to those defensive individuals right there, particularly one Claude Humphrey, of course. So I got
Okay.
my list, man, and I like to let you know what see what you think about it. I'm gonna start at number five. I'm move my way up. Now, my number five dude, he was here for a while. He played 3 years, 3 years in the no, actually, man, he played 4 years in the '90s and 3 years in the 2000s, man. And he was an integral part in the 1998 Dirty Birds Super Bowl season, man. And so now my number five defensive player is Ray Buchanan. So that's my number five,
That's a
dude.
good
That's my
one.
number five right there, man. Because you
Big
saw the
play
way
rate.
big play Ray, boy,
I
big
actually have
play
a
Ray.
Ray Buchanan jersey. My actually,
Ooh, number 34.
man, I do, man. It's authentic with the stitching on it too, man. It's
Damn.
yeah, man. I really do, man. It's so crazy because years ago, I want to say, whew, honestly, at least about 2015, I'll say around in that area,
Hmm.
bro. Guess I might have went. I can't even remember what side of town I was on, but all I know is I went into a freaking Goodwill and found that jersey
In a Goodwill.
in a Goodwill.
Man, someone give it a big dog. You came up that day.
Bro, when I
Man,
say,
dog,
bro,
you
the
came up
thing
that
about it
day.
is I wasn't even supposed to be in there spending money on something like that. But
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it wasn't crazy. I think they only wanted like $30 for it. I said, and I
Oh man, you had to make that decision. Hey, make a business
hey,
decision, bro.
what was I supposed to do, man? What was I
Right,
supposed to do? And
right,
I guess
right.
you just never know where you're gonna find a nugget, like they say, one man's, I guess you can say trash. I don't consider it being trash,
At
but
all. Yeah,
one
at all.
man's, I'm like, hey, it's been in my closet or I said ever, or just been in my possession ever since. So hey,
Right. So the reason I had to put Ray Buchanan on there, man, as one of the top defensive players we've had, is because, like I said, he was so integral in that 1998, 1998 season, Dirty Bird season when we went to Super Bowl. And the
mhm,
plays that he made, they call him big play for a reason, man, because he's like intercepting balls right and left, man.
mhm,
One of the main reasons I had to choose Ray Buchanan, dog, is because he had swag out of his world before swag was a thing, man. You know what I
hey,
mean? And one of the main things I remember is during Super Bowl media day, he had a dog collar on, and they started talking about apparently him and Shannon Sharp had a beef. And he said, you can't tell me Shannon Sharp don't look like no damn horse. And man, he just started dogging
hey,
Shannon Sharp out, man.
you couldn't see it, unsee it after that. After he
You could
said,
there he did when he said it. That's all you saw was Shannon Sharp as a horse, man. You know what I'm saying? But big plays all over the place. The man in his career, with us and with the Colts had like 47 interceptions, man. So he did his thing. So he was with us for that brief time, have his career with and the Colts have his career with us. But the
mm,
things that he did with us, particularly like I said in that Super Bowl year, and that stuck out in my mind as being one of the top defensive players for that particular generation right there, man. So that's my number five player, man. So
I got
my number four player. This dude, he played his entire career, but one career with the Atlanta Falcons, man. And when he laid that lumber, particularly dude in the 1980s, man. And he was a small dude. He wasn't a big dude, but he always let his presence felt, especially if someone tried to go across the middle, man. I'm
Mhm.
talking about one safety by the name of Scott Case. So Scott Case, man, is my number
Ooh,
four,
boy,
dog.
you
You
want
know
to
what I
get hit
mean?
by Scott?
You don't, man. So my number four, from 1990, from 1988 to 19, I think 88, 89, from 88 to what 80, no 87 to 90, he had 100 plus tackles each year. In 87, he led the league with 10 interceptions. You know what I mean? Forced fumbles all over the place. So when you look at a guy like Scott Case, man, all the things that he did on a small market team, well, Atlanta was a small market team back then, but the whole NFL knew who Scott Case was. I know individuals who ran across the middle, they damn sure knew who Scott Case was. You know what I mean? So that was my number four. What you think about that right there, bro?
Oh man, I like that as well, man. Scott Case was definitely somebody that was very I can say one of the most hardest hitting guys that ever played for the Falcons. Like seriously,
Absolutely, absolutely, bro.
that's where I'm gonna lay my hat at it. And honestly, Scott Case underrated. Should be talked about more when you just talk about the safety position. And shoot, he played really just the DB position because
Right.
he was all around. So yeah, I like Scott Case, man.
Yeah, he
Uh,
was. He was. I mean, yeah, that's a good point, bro. He was very versatile. He started his career as a cornerback, and then they
mhm,
moved him to safety. You know what I'm saying? He was a rookie at Oklahoma. Oklahoma. First couple of years he played corner and moved into safety man, and the rest is history. And his last season as a pro, he won a Super Bowl finally, man, with the Dallas Cowboys back in '95. So
yeah,
shout out to Scott Case, man. Unfortunately, he wasn't with us, but
yeah, it happens.
it
All right,
happens,
man.
bro.
Before you go into your third one, man, I gotta drop something on you, man. All right, so I know I'm doing like 2000s or whatnot.
Okay.
Um, all right, so for me, and this guy, he's underrated to me, but for the Falcons, he was big, and I'm talking about big bad Rod Coleman. You know, what I'm saying
Okay. For
very
real. Hey, big Rock
very
Coleman, bro. Yes,
underrated,
sir. Yeah.
very underrated guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Had a knack for getting to the quarterback with the Atlanta Falcons. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? He had some quickness. I feel like he was more correct me if I'm wrong, like a smaller Warren Sapp. It's like, you know what I'm saying, like a baby Sapp for us. And
Right.
I
Right.
remember one, and I know he was like, an all pro as well. Had
Oh yeah.
31 sacks with the Falcons, you know what I'm saying, especially at a defensive tackle. And man, he helped anchor that defensive line. Seriously, he really did help. I remember one play. I believe it was back in '05 or maybe '06, one of the 2 years, but I know it was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember he had the strip sack, and we had and it ended up turning into a touchdown for us, and you know what I'm saying, leading us to the win and everything. So yeah, Rod Coleman is definitely somebody that I gotta mention.
Oh
um,
man, no doubt.
he does. Let's just be honest. He doesn't get mentioned much. So in this video, I definitely just wanted to make sure that I touch on somebody that is popular, but maybe not as popular.
Right.
So
Right.
so yeah, that's why I had to go with Rod Coleman. What you think
Nice.
about Rod?
Man, I ain't mad. Like you said, man, I mean Warren Sapp. He was our version of Warren Sapp, bro. You know what I mean? And when you talking about somebody who would disrupt the line of scrimmage and as they say, reestablish the line of scrimmage with his play. Absolutely, bro. Like that's a good call to be honest. Well, to be quite honest with you, before you said Rod Coleman, I really wasn't thinking about him before you said that, bro. So that's a good call right there, man.
Yeah, man.
Very underrated, dude.
Yeah, man. Now my number four, and then I got a question for you. My number four, it was tough because you think about it, we're talking about five. I'm like, man, that's
Yeah.
tough to do right there. You know, so that's really tough to do.
You
But
can always have honorable mentions though.
yeah, that's why I was going to ask. Did you have any honorable mentions? Because I do have an honorable mention. I'm going to, you know, I said mention them in a little
I
bit.
don't have this dude on my list, but he was honorable mention. Tim Green.
Mm, okay,
Yeah, he actually didn't make my list, man, but he's my honorable mention, dog. Tim Green. Tim Green, bro. Absolutely,
uh,
man.
I got okay. So my honorable mention is a guy that's like he was one of my favorite Falcons I don't know if it was just I just liked his last name or what it was, but it was he. You know, what I'm saying he was a guy that used to try to get after the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. 58 career total sacks,
Hmm.
482 total tackles, 17 forced fumbles, and made a Pro Bowl. And I'm talking about Mr. Patrick Kearney.
Oh, dude, you better put him on there, dog. Absolutely,
Yeah, man.
absolutely. Yeah, no,
Pat,
dog, I mean, I was thinking because when I was going through, dude, that's automatic for sure.
I'll try and tell you, man. And you think about, oh, I think one of his biggest performance you got to remember against the Minnesota Vikings when he
Hmm.
had that 3 sack performance, including a strip
Right,
sack. Yeah, man,
right.
Patrick Kearney. I always like Patrick Kearney, man. So like, I definitely got to mention him into this video for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
man, it's crazy that he didn't finish his whole career with us, man. He moved on to
yeah,
Seattle, man, and he went to Seattle and balled out. In 3 years he had 25 sacks. No, was it 20? Yeah, because he had 14 his first year at Seattle, and then he had a couple more. But like, yeah, he's one of those guys that you wish you could spend the whole career with us, man. Wallace Smith, what's going on, Wallace, man?
how
What's
you
good with you,
doing, Mr.
man?
Wallace? What's going on, man?
Yeah, no, man. Hey, Patrick Curry, dog. That's not a bad one at all, man. That's
Yeah.
not bad at all.
All
For
right,
real, man.
all right. So I got a number 4 for you. All right.
Okay, let's
And
do
then
it.
I'm gonna let you get into your third one.
Okay.
Now this, like again, man, it's tough. It's tough, man. We're putting in 5 and everything, but I just feel like I'm doing a disservice if I don't mention this player right here, who
Mm,
for a career played 185 games. You know what I'm saying? Now he didn't have the explosive sack numbers and
mm,
everything, but this guy was pretty much the heart and soul before we even knew who Grady Jarrett was.
right. Okay.
I'm talking about Mr. Jonathan Babineau.
Jonathan Babineau. Jonathan Babineau, bro. That's a good call.
Yeah, man.
That's a real good call, bro. Jonathan Babs. Yeah, for sure.
Man. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
that's a guy that you wanted to, you know what I'm saying, play with. You wanted him to win, you know what I'm saying? He was holding down the Falcons. And like I said, you gotta think about it. Back then in Bab's era,
Hmm.
he was technically like our Grady Jarrett, how Grady
Exactly.
Jarrett
Yeah.
is now. You know what I'm saying? People love Babs. And when he
Yeah.
finally
He was
retired,
our guy. He was our guy in the middle, bro.
right. And when he finally retired, like it was felt, it really
Yeah.
was. So I gotta mention like my number 4, Jonathan Babineau.
Jonathan Babineau, man. That's what's up. I ain't mad at that one, bro. I ain't mad at that one. So is Kearney number 5 or he was
He's an
outside?
honorable mention, man. Honestly, he was an honorable mention, but I just had to get him in there though.
So
Like
Coleman's your number 5?
Coleman's my number 5
Okay.
because I know he's not really mentioned. Really, Kearney probably would have
Right.
been 5 in
Yeah,
any
that's
of
what I was thinking, bro. Yeah.
but I just wanted to give Ron Coleman, it's an honorable mention. Like, I mean, I guess he could have been an honorable mention, but I just wanted to give him some love because I know he was big for the Atlanta Falcons. And let's just be honest, he's not mentioned much. So I just wanted to take that time to mention Ronnie Coleman, but definitely Patrick Kearney. It should be on any and everybody's list when we're talking about a top 5 Falcons and all the stuff like that. If we're
Mhm.
sticking to the 2000s and everything. So for sure.
Okay. All right.
So
Hey, for sure. For sure. So here's my number 3 right here, dog. And let me ask you a question, man.
mm.
What cornerback can you remember that was drafted in the first round of the draft by the Atlanta Falcons who went to Florida State?
Oh
What's the
man.
first dude that comes to mind?
Uh, does it rhyme with neon?
It runs with Neon, man. It
Hmm.
runs with Neon. Yeah, it runs with Neon, man.
Does it rhyme with Manders?
It runs with Flanders. Flanders from Simpsons, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, dang, maybe Deion Sanders. I don't know. I could be.
Deion Sanders, yes, sir. So Deion is on my list, but this individual right here made my list, dog.
Okay.
This dude was a cornerback drafted in the first round by the Falcons, who also went to Florida State. And I'm talking about one Bobby Butler.
Ooh,
So
good one.
Bobby Butler he played his entire career with the Atlanta Falcons, man. Matter of fact, he started as a rookie, and from the first game, he played like 6 straight seasons, didn't miss a game. He was a permanent starter at left cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons, man. You know what I'm saying? For the whole time frame. And then of course, Dion came, but Dion played on the right side, so Bobby Butler was still able to play on the left hand side. But of course,
Right.
Father Time took his course. But even after that, man, he was still able to play in a nickel. And then in '91, they brought in Tim McCarr to play the left hand side. Was it '91? I think it was '90. And then even then, man, Bobby Butler was man the nickel, man. So yeah, that's my number three dude right there, Bobby Butler, dog, for sure.
Dang. Well, I say, man, you got a crazy list going on here, man. I don't know what's wrong with you, but it's going
Mm.
crazy right now. All right. And it's so funny because you went corner, and I am too. I mean, I am too. And
Okay.
arguably, he didn't see. I hate that, he didn't finish his career as a Falcon, but you just think about his impact, and it's still. You look back at just all the Falcon corners, and you can still just look at it and be like, "Hey, man, when this guy was a Falcon, he did numbers." And
Hmm.
I'm talking about Mr. 17 interceptions, 222 total tackles, two-time Pro Bowler, two defensive touchdowns, Mr.
Oh, Chris, you there? Uh-oh. Don't leave us like that, Chris. Chris, you there, bro? Uh-oh. I think we lost Chris, y'all. Man, he was building up to it too, man. Oh no, Chris, you were building up to it, man. Now I really trying to figure out who you was talking about. Let me see if I can get Chris back on. Hold on a second, man. Give me one quick second, man. Oh, Chris, you there, bro? Oh man, he was leaning up to it too, man. Chris, why you do your boy like that, man? Try to let me remove it right quick, man. So y'all, we're gonna try to get Chris back on with us, dog, because he was actually about to build up to a real good one. I don't know which one he was talking about, but it was gonna be a real good one nonetheless. So god damn, Chris, he is building. Y'all see how he building up to it? Man, my boy Chris, he was like building up to it. He said 17 interceptions, the one, the only. All of a sudden, he's gone, man. God dang, Chris. Oh wait, sir. I think we got him back. We got my man Chris back. We got him back, man. Did we got him back? There he is.
StreamYard be on some crazy work. All I wanted to say was I was introducing D'Angelo Hall. My
Yeah, okay,
gosh.
man. Man, you live straight cliffhanger, man.
I left y'all like I'm going to a different episode.
Man,
I'm trying to tell you. Tune in to the next episode of. Yeah,
D'Angelo Hall, man, that's a good one. That's a real good one, bro. And I'm like, yo, I wish he would finish his whole career with us as well, bro.
hey man, you know what happens, man. Money gets involved. Sometimes they say production is not there. But D'Angelo Hall was definitely in that span. You think from '04 to '07.
Oh yeah.
He had us one. And like, D Hall was a great corner. I know we had other great corners. Of course, we had guys like Brent Grimes, underrated guy. What's my other man name? Dang. No, I just had it. Dante. Dante.
Dante.
Uh,
He was a corner.
yeah, come on now. Almost killed Deshaun Jackson. Oh, what in the world? I cannot believe I'm forgetting his last name right now. And I Dante Robinson.
Oh,
Dante
Dante,
Robinson.
yeah, Dante Robinson. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
would go
Dante
out there and
Robinson. Yeah. Uh oh. Oh man, Chris, man, don't do your boy like that again. Wait a second. Oh, Dante, hey man, StreamYard. Hey, I don't know if StreamYard liking your picks, man. You said the D'Angelo Hall. They want to kick you out. Now I say Dante Robinson, man. But I'm feeling both of those picks, man. Those are good ones right there, dog. But for some reason, StreamYard again, man. Oh man. Oh, here we go. We got it again, man. Let's see what happened. Let's see if we can get our guy Chris back on, man. Chris, there you go.
I mean, I'm here. It was crazy because it had you on my side. It had you froze with your eyes in the air. I'm like,
Oh no.
StreamYard got the jokes tonight.
StreamYard clowning, bro.
Yeah, but I was saying Dante Robinson.
Hmm.
I remember he was people used to rag on him. He was decent, but he always had my respect for it. He'll just always lay it out there on the line, man. And Dante Robinson was another one. But yeah, man, D'Angelo Hall, that's just a guy that when he was with the Falcons, I can't
Mhm.
speak for any time for after he left the Falcons, but when he was with us, that was our corner right there. And I said, as far as that was the closest thing we had as far as like the lockdown.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I said, not to slight, guys like Desmond Trufant, like I said, Robinson, Brent Grimes. Brent Grimes probably was the closest thing to D'Angelo Hall, honestly. Out of
Mhm.
those three names. And then, of course, we had Asante Samuel.
Yes,
But
sir.
unfortunately, we didn't have him for his whole entire career because imagine Dante and Asante. But
Ooh,
whatever.
man, yeah.
Whatever.
One of the main things I remember, one of the best performances I remember by a corner, man, by D'Angelo Hall was the season opener of 2005 when the Eagles came in town. That's back when Eagles
He
had
locked
T.O.
up T.O.
When he locked down T.O. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, lock that dude down, man. And I remember like the very last play of the game for the Philadelphia offense when the quarterback threw it. I think McNabb threw it to T.O. and
Right.
and he Hall batted down or wherever the case may be. He turned around as they were running. He said, "I own you." I own
Mhm.
you. And that was D'Angelo Hall, bro. So that was D all day long. I bet he's another one, man. Like I touched on a little bit ago. But it's the business. The business is the business, man. That's another one that you wish that he could have stayed with his whole career with us, dog. But I keep saying whole career, but I mean those days I think those days are over, bro. You know what I mean? But back then, and while he was playing at such a high performance, some people just didn't like his attitude and way his demeanor, so to speak. But the mirror be there, and we saw his performance on the field and the way he was doing everything, locking down receivers and being one of the best defenders we had at that time. Yeah,
Yeah.
without question, dog. Without question. Without question, man. So I think I got three more right here, man. So next, and I got two more, and then
Mhm.
I got the GOAT, of course. But number two, I uh I was going to put him at number three, but I had to bring him up at number two, man. And this dude right here played all but 1 year with the Falcons.
Mm.
And back in the '90s, man, he was when he was like pretty much the mainstay for our defensive line.
Mhm.
He was that dude for us, man. And in 8 years with us, man, he had 58 sacks with us, and he was a four-time Pro Bowler, and even a 1997 All Pro. And I'm talking about one defensive end by the name of Mr. Chuck Smith, bro.
Mr. Chuck Smith. Yes, sir. Yes,
Chuck
sir.
Smith, Chuck
Woo,
Smith.
woo,
And the
woo.
reason I picked him, he's another individual that I talked about, man, who did big things for our Super Bowl, man. The Super Bowl season we had back in '98. So when you look at the things that he did, just like Ray Buchanan, he was on the same defense that Ray Buchanan was on for that '98 Super Bowl team, man. You look at everything that he did as far as like controlling the line of scrimmage and blowing up the line of scrimmage, getting in the backfield TFLs. That year he had like 4 fumble recoveries. One of the main plays I remember that he did was picking up a fumble and running back 70 yards when they were up there playing the Patriots, man. You
Right.
know what I mean? So and he's another individual that had attitude and swag, man. So when I thought defense,
Still got it.
he still has it. Still has it. Still has it, man. You know what I mean? So he's another guy. You gotta be real. You gotta be real focused on thinking about a guy you look at right now. You be like, you know what, that dude, he can still go out there right on the field and play right now. That's another guy about man. I think about is definitely Chuck Smith. And what do you think about that, bro?
Hey, man, I still wish he could be a Atlanta Falcons defensive line coach or something, man. Come in and come back home, pretty much, And
Right.
he definitely was always open to the idea. Just didn't come about. Now he's of course, leading the charge for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is in that regard. But hey, man, my number two, man, honestly, my number two could really be number one, and my number one could be number two. It all depends on how you looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now this guy who I'm about to speak of, he didn't finish his career with the Falcons again,
Okay.
but he spent most of his career with us though.
Okay.
17 sacks, but one thing about it is he was a tackling machine.
Mm-hmm.
882 tackles, Pro Bowler, had some interceptions as well. One of
Okay.
his biggest plays you can say was back in 2002 when he had a game-winning sack on Aaron Brooks. I am
Oh
talking
man.
about Mr. Keith Brooking.
Yes, sir. Keep brooking. Good call. Good call, man. Good call. And he was synonymous, man, because he came in doing his thing as a rookie, man. Another guy who came in 1998. I think that's a theme right there for the theme right here, man. The defense we're talking about, man. 1998. Chuck Smith, Keith Brooklyn. I'm sorry, Ray Buchanan. Tim Green was on. No, he was. Tim Green was on that team. He's on 91 team, man. But look at the defense that we're talking about for that Super Bowl team alone, man. And I have even brought up, well, I try not to bring him up, Eugene Robinson, you know what I mean? But for of course it is what it is, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, keep brooking, bro. He came into the league dominating for what I'm saying for such a young age, man, and consistency. That's one of the main things I remember about keep brooking, bro, is consistency, bro. Like he
Yes.
did his entire thing on a consistent level, professional level, and never really he never really let up,
Right.
and I know that, you look at him like think high motor, this, that, other, but he's more than a high motor. This dude he was a leader out
He
there,
had
bro.
intelligence too. He had IQ,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, his
wasn't
football
just
IQ.
all brawn.
Right.
Like he knew exactly where to be. He helped others out. He actually even took over others' responsibilities if they slipped. It was just a
Hmm.
lot of things that Keith Brooken did for the Atlanta Falcons. And honestly, it would be lovely to have another Keith Brooking-ish type, come through for the Atlanta Falcons. Seriously, rather. And I guess the closest thing you could say to it would be Caden Ellis right now.
That's a
But
close thing, bro. Yeah.
that's the
Right.
closest thing we got to a Keith Brooking. But Brooking was on a different level, man. He's definitely my number two. Before I get to my number one.
So I have another. My number one, bro, is they're two. I couldn't do one. I can't put one at number one, not on number two. So I
Oh,
got one, and I got one and one,
1A and
bro.
1B.
One A and one B, bro. I had to, man. One of them we just mentioned, the great Deion Sanders, man, which we'll
Okay.
touch on. But the other one, when you think about Falcons defense, the mainstay of the Falcons defense, not just for for a culture, man, and
Hmm.
for the organization's history. When you think defense for the Falcons, the first person comes to your mind is a hammer. Now that's one Jesse Tuggle, man.
Yes, sir.
That's one Jesse Tuggle, man. So yes, sir, the hammer, man. This man for a time, I think what I got right here. He started all in his entire career. Other than the first two seasons, he started all but two games. It's in his career with us, man. And you know how physically taxing that is, man, for a linebacker. And he did
Mhm.
with consistency, man. You know what I'm talking about? And five-time Pro Bowler. Dude had 1,800 tackles, and he's another one that was on that Super Bowl team. The more thing about it, bro. So
Right.
damn, man, damn.
That's what I'm saying. Oh no.
Damn, man, we really ran to a buzzsaw when we played those damn Broncos, didn't we, man? But yeah, man, we think consistency, and they call that man the hammer for a reason. As far as him, maintaining the line of scrimmage and really being a leader on that defense, bro. You know what I'm talking about? So number 58 all day for me. As far as like being the guy, and I will have to put him up. Well, the more thing about it, bro, I gotta put him ahead of Dion because Doug Tuggle played his entire year with the organization to the very, very end. And for him to do that, so not only loyalty, but his commitment to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? So Jesse Tuggle definitely for me, that's my number one. And of course, you know what I'm saying, when you think
Mhm.
about defensive backs, we think about defensive anything. Not just damn defense, you think about the Falcons organization, period. The man who made the Georgia Dome, man, Deion Sanders. Had to, man. Had to. And did you ever see Deion play?
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, not with the Falcons, but
Mm-hmm.
I was too young to really remember that. But honestly,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I seen them 49ers, Cowboys,
Right,
Ravens,
yeah.
Redskins.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I said I seen everything except for the Falcons, up pretty much, on TV and everything. So, but Dion always had to go back and watch what he was. And honestly, when I was a kid, realizing that I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. I remember seeing him in a Falcons jersey. But
Hmm.
what in the world is he doing out of a Falcons jersey? I was like, we let him go. I'm a
Yeah,
kid.
we let that dude go.
I'm
Yeah.
a, yeah,
Yes.
I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? And then
Right.
I'm just like not understanding. But of course, I don't know nothing about salary cap, money, contracts, nothing. So they
Right.
just
Right.
initially, I'm just like, well, why he still in a Falcon jersey?
Yeah. What happened? Exactly.
It was
Exactly.
pretty bad. But yeah, man, that's a great Dion 1A. Well, 1A and 1B, Dion and Jesse Tuggle. Man, I remember when I first met Jesse Tuggle, it was so
Okay.
funny. I was on the sideline. I can't even remember exactly what game it was. I want to say it wasn't like, I said this season, it was last season, and I can't remember exactly what game it was. But anyway, I'm
Mhm.
walking and then I dropped my pen. Man, I picked that pen up and looked right in the face of Jesse Tuggle. And I was just, my eyes had got big and I was like, Jesse Tuggle? Before I even realized it, I had already stuck my hand out to shake his hand. and that's exactly kind of what he did. Kind of like smiled and chuckled a little bit and shook my hand. Said, how you
Mhm.
doing, young man? I was like, I'm great, sir. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate everything you did for the Falcons. And, I said, really, I said, wish you could still lace them up. He was like, thank you so much, and stuff like that. And I was like, if you want to, I'm pretty sure Falcons will take you back now. He was like,
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
he was like, unfortunately, them days are over, man. I was like, okay,
Right.
just checking. Just checking. We still had something left in the tank.
Right. Right. 'Cause we sure couldn't eat it, dog.
Man, boy,
Shoot.
we get a Jesse Tuggle type right now, boy. It's over. Well, I can't say it's over, but it's definitely improving. So,
Two guys. I thought that could possibly come close. Possible. Maybe. As
mhm,
far as like duration is concerned, as far as duration and longevity is concerned, at playing at a high level, just like Jesse Tucker. Those two guys I thought who can do it that just didn't happen. One Sean Witherspoon. That's one of the
yeah,
guys I thought could have did it, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Of course, the other one, Deion Jones. So those are the two guys I thought who could consistently do their thing with the defense. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way, and we're the ones who, as Falcon fans, the organization, you build your hopes high to see something like two guys like that, especially Spoon, man. And maybe like, okay, we finally got a guy.
I think Spoon was honestly honestly, Spoon. If we're talking about both guys staying healthy and consistent,
Mhm.
Spoon would have been better than Dion for sure
I
to
agree.
me.
That's what, yeah, exactly, for
So
sure, for
yeah, because
sure.
Dion, you think about it, we did get production out of Dion. The biggest thing that hurt Dion was kind of like when he lost Devondre Campbell. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That was kind of like the one thing that hurt Debo a lot. But Spoon, it was solely injuries.
Hmm.
Solely. So he just could not stay healthy. And I really hated it because Spoon was one of those ones. He was going to be one of those ones. You just knew it. I mean, he played
Right.
well. And if he could have just stayed healthy consistently, yeah, we're talking about a guy who definitely would have been a multi-time Pro Bowler, possibly an All Pro. It all depends on him. And we'll see what else would happen for his career, but you really hate that for Sean Witherspoon. Yeah, man.
Hey man, well, congrats to Sean Witherspoon, man. I don't know if you saw it now. He's now the head football coach for Pace Academy, man.
Right,
Good for
right.
him. Good
That's
for
what's
him, man.
up. And
Good
he's
for him.
still staying around the game, man. And it's just like even if you can't play it, it's always great to still give that knowledge, and that's what's up for real.
Absolutely. So who's your number one, bro?
All right, man. Number one.
Drum roll, please.
Hey, man. Of course, this guy. I mean, how could he not be? We're talking about 2000s. No, he was not drafted. No, no, no. But he came to Atlanta, adapted. We adapted him. He was an elite pass rusher that we needed. Pretty much a draft night steal.
Yes, it
And
was.
I'm talking about Mr. John Abraham, man.
Predator.
Yeah, man. John Abraham, man. You got to give it to Abe. Elite pass rusher, like I said, had the size, the speed, the technique. And you know, what I'm saying he had like a I guess you could say a bad rep when he was coming to Atlanta.
Right.
But honestly, man, you can, if John Abraham is a bad rep, then give me 15 more John
I'll
Abrahams.
take I'll take him. I'll take as many as I could.
You know, give me 15 more. Because it's just like this guy, he had the quick first step. That was one thing that was just so underrated. Strong hands, ability
Hmm.
to bend. You know, I said like John Abraham had it all, and when we got him, it definitely took our pass rush to another level. And it
Absolutely.
was very underrated, man. Very underrated. Abe was doing it for us. I believe he even was a 3-time Pro Bowler with the Atlanta Falcons as well.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He also has the most sacks in Falcons history at the time of his departure. So,
Yeah,
you know,
right. Right. Yeah.
yeah, still. So it's still that's just how long we've been looking for a guy like John to come in and do the things that he does. And like I said, 3-time Pro Bowler, helped the Falcons reach the playoffs in '08, 2010, 11, 12. You know, I know he was second team All Pro twice as well. So man, John Abraham is my number one in the when I say the 2000s era.
Hmm.
Because even when I look forward and look on the defensive side, I mean, yeah, I could mention Grady Jarrett. That could be an honorable mention. But when,
Okay.
but when I think about it, I already mentioned him in a way when I said Jonathan Babineau.
Correct.
Somebody else who was our heart and soul again before we even knew about Grady Jarrett.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I love it, man. That's a good one, man. But like you said, man, seeing and I was fortunate enough, as you were, man, when I really started, going to the dome to watch the games, man, to see John Abraham, and I just remember how he dominated out there, bro. Like he would
yep,
go out there and couldn't nobody fuck with him. Like real talk, like he would go out there and have his way with ease. It looked like sometimes, man.
yeah,
So and to actually see that dominance out there, and just like you said, he was like what I'm saying, our draft pick coming in. And when he came in, what I'm saying, from the Jets, it's like, damn, man, we got this. And then he just started doing his thing, bro. And then you wish, what I'm saying, you can see dominance like that for a longer extended period of time, but Father
right.
Time was undefeated, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, man. Honestly, if we could have kept Abe healthy and he had to still had the motor, we would have let. I feel like Abe would have been playing as long as he wanted to, because
Hmm.
why not? You know, it'd been one of those things. I mean, shoot, he gave us what 6.5, about 6.5, 7 great seasons. You know, after being
Absolutely, yeah.
so you can't necessarily be upset. It was just I know one game in particular. I wish we had him, and you already know what game that was. But he was missing it with that ankle injury.
Yeah.
So, bro, I just really believe if we would have had Abe in that game, bro, oh boy, it just would have helped. It would have
It
helped.
would, yeah, it
I
would,
don't
yeah.
know what the outcome would have been, but it would have helped.
It damn sure would have helped out, man. It damn sure would have helped out, man. But so before I leave, before we head out, man, a great list, man. I definitely appreciate your list, bro. But I got some rapid fire questions for you. But before we do that, man, let us know what you've been up to, man, as far as like what you're doing, everything on the social media standpoint.
Oh, well, you know, social media is what it is. You know, I said that this year I was going to get into growing my social media presence a little more. Because to be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you, bro, I'm pretty much of a private person. I'm kind of a laid back, chill kind of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a, you know what I'm saying, you go over there and you mind your business. I'm gonna go over here and mind mine. You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
no
So,
wrong, yeah, for sure,
you
for
know, so
sure.
it's just, but I did say I'm gonna go ahead and start getting out there. Now I'm not gonna start posting a bunch of pictures just because I'm not into that. Uh,
Right,
like I'll go somewhere tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, and folks won't know. You know what I'm saying? No, not even know that I even went. Because
right.
I don't post pictures like that, man. I just enjoy the experience, you know, kind of old school it.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, as far as that though, that goes, that's what I plan on doing. I'm over at the Hawks Digest now. Like I said, you type in YouTube, man, Hawks Digest, it'll pop right on up.
Okay.
Me and Walter Pollard are over there growing that channel. We're over 1,000 subs now. So good work over there going on Hawks Digest. And,
Uh-huh.
and you know, I still talk Hawks on my own channel, but
Mm-hmm.
let's just be honest. I mean, I'm talking mostly on Hawks Digest now,
Mm-hmm.
and but I do plan on picking back up, you know, saying the Hawks talk on my own channel as well, because at the end of the day, even though I'm doing other endeavors, I'm still, you know, saying A1 Forever is my baby. That's I'm never gonna
Right.
leave it. So yeah, man. And
So, you know, I saw about something when you brought the Hawks, and have you had the opportunity to or plan on working with Brad Rowland?
well, to be honest with you, bro, I've worked with Brad Rowland before.
Okay.
Like, yeah, man, I've interviewed him a couple of times in the past before he got like super busy. Like Brad is crazy busy now. You know what I'm saying? He's
Absolutely,
doing
yeah, for sure, for sure.
things and all this stuff like that. So I haven't had the opportunity to work with him honestly in about a year and a half now for real because he's just been so busy. But yeah, man, I've done a couple shows with Brad. I enjoy working with Brad. You know what I'm saying? Smart guy. Watches the Hawks, you know what I'm saying, understands what's going on with the organization. Of course, he's an insider as well for the Hawks.
Mhm.
You know, he's going to get information and get access to things that I don't have access to yet. But
Right.
you know
Not
what I'm
yet.
saying?
Not yet. Right. Right.
Yeah. But working on it. But yeah, man, I like working with Brad, man. Good guy, man.
Unbelievable acumen. He has. And you can tell he works at his craft and he's very professional. Like he has as much sports acumen. He has equal acumen with the Hawks as he does with the Braves and vice versa, which is a
Yeah, man.
talent. Which is a talent, bro.
That's what I'm saying too, man. And guys like Brad, I mean, just having a personal conversation with him off camera, I can tell you one thing that he was just saying, you know what I'm saying, just you gotta be consistent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be consistent. And when people see that you are consistent and you really not only, you know what I'm saying, like know what you're talking about, but you know what I'm saying, you back it up or you just stand on what you believe in, you know what I'm saying, like, more people will come, you know what I'm saying, because you can't force anybody to do anything. And I know for me, I'm a firm believer that nobody got to do anything for you. So
Right.
that's why I really appreciate the fact that I have, you know what I'm saying, almost 4,300, you know what I'm saying, supporters and everything like that. I
Mhm.
really appreciate it because no one has to sub to you. You know, they can always just look and keep going, so,
Right. Right.
you know, so I really appreciate that. Every person that I gain, I'm always going to be appreciative. Seriously.
Hey, that's how it should be, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, man, I definitely appreciate the time, bro. But before we head out, man, I got these some rapid fire questions for you, right quick, man.
All right.
And some are Falcons related.
Mhm.
Some ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll put it like that, man. So there's 10 questions. So we're gonna get to know Chris Tip more tonight, man. Just by these questions right here, I'm about to fire off at you, dog. Are,
Okay.
are you are you ready? Are you prepared for this right here, man?
I hope so.
I think you will be. I think you will be. All right, let's get to it. Rapid fire questions for Chris Tip Moore. Number one, the dome or the bins?
Dome.
For sure. Okay. All right, the dome. All right. All right. Clear liquor or dark liquor?
Mm. Shoot, man, you can't go wrong with both. But if I had to choose, like right now, I'm probably going clear tequila though,
You
not
going
vodka.
clear? Okay. All right. All right. I'm going dark, man. I need my bourbon, dog.
Hey, the thing about it is, bro, you're not wrong. That's what I'm saying. You can't
Either.
be
Yeah. Right. Right.
you're
Right.
not wrong.
Right.
So,
Okay. All right. Number three, West Side Atlanta or East Side Atlanta?
that's tough, man. Man, I gotta go west side. I'm
You going
more.
West Side?
Yeah, I got more people on the west side,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay. All right. I mean, I gotta go, man. East Side is where I start for me, man. You know, Gresham Road,
I don't
Bouldercrest
have
Road,
yeah,
man.
I
All, yeah,
got
yeah,
love for
yeah,
the
yeah.
east side.
Right.
I just
Right.
don't know enough of them. I just don't know enough east side Chevy riders like that,
I
man.
got you for sure. For sure. All right. Number four, who better not show up at the cookout more? Bobby Petrino or Kirk Cousins?
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby
Yeah,
Petrino better
Bobby,
not show up.
Bobby
He
better
better
not
show his
show.
face.
He better not do that.
Yeah,
Don't you
he
do
better
that to
show his face.
yourself, Bobby.
B said, play it safe, Bobby. Don't show up at the cookout. I feel
Yeah,
you.
don't do that. Don't do. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kirk don't need to show up either, but Kirk can come before Bobby Petrino. To
That's
me,
true.
yeah.
That's true. Now, bro, I still remember what that night, 12:30 in the morning, is after a Monday night game, and we lost, and all of a sudden you see Bobby Trino in Arkansas, man, singing, doing pig suey, all that shit, dog, bro, man.
Bro,
Dude.
like it was like what?
Yeah, like what am I? This is a joke, right? Here, there he is, pig suey and everything, like, bro, man, yeah, yeah, dog, that's
And
yeah, man.
then just the way that he left, like he didn't even be a man about it. Homie,
He like wrote a note or something. Like he had, they
yeah,
said
homie,
somebody
he
had
thought
secretary
about
give him a note or some shit, bro.
yeah, like what kind of mess is that? So it just for me, don't even pull up, man. Don't do
I
that.
got you, man. I got you. All right. Number 5, Andre Rison should he be in the Falcons Ring of Honor?
I think so. I think Bad Moon, man.
Bad Moon Rising, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was a great receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, man. And my thing is, like, you still see him at the games. Like, I've seen
Mhm.
Andre Rison at many Falcon games. So
Yeah.
he's still around the team. I don't know if he ever will get, in the Ring of Honor or not, but hey, man, he's still around the team. We know what he did for us. Definitely, was a receiver. I feel like if we could have kept him, we could have, it's crazy to think about the talent that we
The
had,
talent is like walked out of Atlanta, bro.
bro. It's crazy to think about the talent that we had. But yeah, man, that's another one though. Bad Moon Rising, man. I still am a fan of his game. Like
Oh yeah.
seriously, back then, yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I remember that whole thing with him and Lisa Letta Lopez, man. That was like they were the
That
couple
was
until they
wild.
weren't.
Yeah,
Until they
that was
weren't.
wild. Yeah, until they weren't. Until they weren't.
Yes, sir. All right, next question, man. UGK or 3-6 Mafia?
Ouch, that hurts. Yeah. That hurts because I mostly grew up listening to 3-6 Mafia.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I ain't gonna lie, UGK is very underrated. I just had a conversation with somebody about that last week. That UGK is a very underrated group, and they didn't have all that pop and flash on the mic. They had it
Mhm.
more so. You already know Pimp C doing his thing, and then
Right,
Bun
right.
B was just like the perfect person to really just compliment his style as well too. And I mean, you just go listen to Pocket Full of Stones,
Oh,
so
dude, man, for
and you
sure.
can really just listen to it. UGK is in the same boat with 8 Ball and MJG for me, another underrated group, so you just had to listen. You just got
Right, yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah, man. That's true. I would say, ooh, I gotta say UGK, dog. But just by Riding Dirty by itself, dog. Riding Dirty,
yeah.
I that's all I do, man. Next question, man. Mike Vicker, Matt Ryan.
Shoot, man, that sucks. I mean, um, I gotta go Matt Ryan, man. It's
Matt
tough.
Ryan, okay.
I gotta go Matt. I mean, you think about man, Matt Ryan still to this day. Not saying that Michael Vick doesn't, but I'm just saying like Matt Ryan to this day, you can tell he still has a soft spot for Atlanta.
Hmm.
You can tell in the interviews he does on the shows. Like he'll be critical of Atlanta, but it's more like a big brother father figure type, what I'm saying, being critical about the Falcons. He
Right.
if you look at it, he's always trying to see if he can find anything that can spin something positive for the Falcons.
Correct. Right. Right.
Like he's keeping it professional, but he's still a Falcon at heart, man. And
Totally.
and he spent his, almost his entire career with us. Might as well say his entire career because by the time the Colts got him, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
That wasn't Matty Ice. Okay, that wasn't Matty Ice. That was Matthew Ryan, and
Right.
that's who they got.
Yeah, they got Matthew Ryan out. Yeah, the the,
Yeah,
the, the kid out of Boston College. Yeah, that. Oh man,
that
that.
wasn't
Ooh.
Matt Ryan. That wasn't Matty Ice. I don't. Yeah, that he was at the end of his career. So I said then, and since stayed out of issues, always kept it professional, no matter what. It's just like even after the Super Bowl and a time where I probably would have been fussing and cussing as a quarterback, he still
Mhm.
kept everything professional. All even down to when we did trade him and the whole Deshaun Watson thing was going on. Thank God we dodged that bullet.
Woo.
Um, but yeah, man, even with that, he kept everything professional. He never badmouthed the organization for real.
Right. Right.
And it just was so
And,
crazy.
and let's be real, man. With the way they handle Matt Ryan, he could just win. Let me put it like he a better man than me. I'll say that. The
Right,
way the Falcons handle him, bro.
bro. And seeing him in that blue jersey when him, his wife, Sarah, and the Ice Cubes, they were all in those coat blue. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Yeah. Unsettling feeling, man. Unsettling feeling. Couple more questions for you. All right, two more. Rib eye or prime rib?
Um, I guess I gotta pick one. I'm gonna go Prime.
Prime rib.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
Prime.
All right. Okay. Got prime. We got a little bit of all you saw some horseradish right there. Okay.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
go.
Let me follow a question to that because last week Burrow got slammed for this one. How you like your steak made?
It's either gonna be medium well or well done. But I
Oh
mean,
man,
if I'm gonna eat
see,
steak, like I said, medium well, I feel like you still get some tenderness when it's medium well.
mm,
Well done. I mean, I can still eat the steak without breaking teeth or anything like that. Well done. But
uh-huh.
you think about it, I mean, for me, getting well done steak, I used to do that mostly when I was really introducing myself to it because I wanted my food cooked. You
Right,
know,
right, right.
but so I don't see people get their steak all different kind. It just can't be. I'm sorry, it can't be bleeding, or otherwise I'm not going to eat it. It's not going to happen.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just not going to happen.
Got you, got you. All right, we made it to the final question for you, sir. The final question is 1990s hip hop or 1990s R&B? Which one's more influential for you?
You said 1990s hip hop or 1990s R&B?
Right.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Because we're talking about back in the era where I just sometimes used to just throw on the TV
Right, right.
and whatever videos, man. I remember Tigger in the basement, and I
Oh
remember,
yeah. 106 in Park and all that, man.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember 106. I even remember hits from the streets.
Oh, I mean, I always wondered, so how the hell this dude he can get his ass whooped? Because he used to have some crazy things going on, and then this is like
Yeah,
like unfiltered type of shit. Like,
yeah.
dude, like he was walking up to somebody, start cussing him. Like, dude, man, hits in the street. I remember that, man.
Hits in the street. That's what I'm saying. Even what was that TRL? I think
Yeah.
on MTV or
Oh, well,
something.
that was MTV. Yeah, Total Request
Yeah.
Live. Yeah,
But
I
I'm just
remember that. I remember Sita from BT, man. All them. Yeah, man. So yeah.
yeah, I do remember that too. So it just we had some eras where you would see videos and everything, but oh man, I guess I'm a lean toward the '90s hip hop. I'm a lean toward
Okay.
that, but I ain't gonna lie, that '90s R&B is right there too because we had some great groups. I feel like we had better groups overall, maybe in
Mhm.
R&B than we did hip hop. I know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I know we had, don't get me wrong, we had some heavy hitters in hip hop, but it just overall, when you just think about the different groups and man, you think about the Drew Hills and you think about even before then with the Jodeci's, public announcements, and
Right.
you just Shab and I just it's so
High five. Yeah.
yeah, bro. So it's just crazy. Black Street and just
Yeah. 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 It goes on and on, bro.
yeah. So it just like yeah, but that '90s hip hop at least for me, it was more meaningful. I think the message and the flows and everything was more meaningful. And not no disrespect to anybody to in this day and time, but it's not many people that I feel like that, even though they're talented, that they would have, been able to go and still, being able to drop something the same around the same month or time that, let's say, a Tupac did or a Biggie did or
Right. Right.
something like that, or it stars around in that era. It's just like I don't know how it would have went for you, dog.
Right. Right.
Yeah, just like you don't know. It ain't a whole lot of guys. It's really not a whole lot of guys.
Got you. Got you. Fair enough. Fair enough. Chris, man, hey, bro, great time with you, dog. Thank you so much for coming through and talking some old school Falcons, man. You know what I mean? And
I
hey,
got one question for you, music
yeah,
wise.
for sure, yeah.
Okay. Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101,
Mm-hmm.
or T.I. Urban Legend?
T.I. Urban Legend all day, bro. No, T.I. bro,
Hey, he said
dude,
that, man.
hey, dude, man, bro, I got to Urban Legend, dog. ASAP, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? ASAP by itself, you know what I mean? Motivation,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You don't know?
The thing about that, yeah, you don't know me. Oh God, I still listen to that song.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Break him out.
Yeah, it's tough now. I ain't go. I mean, you can think
It
about
it
a
it,
whole lot of
it is tough though. Yeah, because you can say me, John, they're comparable, but yeah, bro. That
yeah,
that that
it's
T.I.
tough.
Urban Legend, dog. When he said that, I mean, he's just off the rip. I gotta pledge allegiance to that, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, what you had, yeah, because you had motivation on there too.
Yeah,
Remember, shoot, even remember the song with Nelly, "Get Loose." That song,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, the song with Manny Fresh, the greatest.
yeah.
Fresh. This is the best young
Even
kid.
even at the very end, he was on there with the dog pound Dash Daniels at the very end of the song. Like, yeah,
Yeah, living my life.
live my life, bro. You was
Till
answer, I think you was answering your own question, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I was just asking because I ain't gonna lie to you now. Thug Motivation 101, man, that thing came in snapping. I
It
can't
did,
even lie to
it
you.
did, it
Gangsta
did.
music, standing ovation. That's how you
Ooh,
feel.
yeah,
My hood.
my
Sh-
hood, yeah,
Dang, that's tough too. I was just
yeah.
saying, man. It just,
Dang,
don't get caught. Oh man, oh gosh, it just so it just hey, you can really. Those are two albums I feel like if we're on a road trip, I can put both
you
of
can.
those.
I'm about to say the same thing, bro. Them are two albums, dog. You just ride out to.
You can just ride them. You ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Yeah,
got to worry about skipping nothing.
yeah,
Listen to the skits and everything too. It's all
yeah. Oh, for that, then the best part. Hell yeah.
so yeah, man. So yeah, that
Man,
just
see now, what we done here, man? I got to pop that Urban Legend. I'm about to play it ASAP, bro.
hey man, see that
That
man.
motivation, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. It'll take you back, man. It really will take you back. I
It's hard
still
to believe, man. That Urban Legend, dog. That CD, dog. That CD is 22 years old.
yep. And that's what I'm saying. Shoot, Thug Motivation 101. That
That
thing
yeah, that
old.
same thing. Yeah,
Yeah, that thing old. Well, so it just, and I think Thug Motivation came out with like, was it 04,
oh
05?
04. Yeah, same. Yeah, it came out. Oh no, it came out late. Oh yeah, late 04, maybe early 05, man.
Yeah, something like that. So that's what I'm saying, man. It just, hey, man, those were the times. I'm sorry. Those were the
Yeah,
times,
man.
guys, for the younger generation. We didn't
Mm.
have like the iPods or anything. We was walking around with CD players
Yeah,
with the
CD players,
big
man.
headphones
Hey,
on,
flip
listening,
phones.
so every morning. I'm talking about, man, what? Every
Yeah,
morning.
yeah. Man, yeah, them back in the days right there, man, for sure, for sure. But hey, like I said, Tip, man, thank you so much for coming by. Talking a little bit throwback, old school Falcons, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see what happens in the draft though, man. We got a number 15 pick, and hopefully with that number 15 pick, man, we can get someone in here that can be a mainstay. We talked a lot about the defensive players from back in the day, and hopefully we can grab somebody just like that in this draft right here, man. So, Chris, you there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh man, Chris, you
I'm
there?
back.
Can you hear me? There you go. He's back. Okay, he's back. All right. All right.
I'm
Man.
back.
There you go, man. But
Man,
no, like I was saying, man, hopefully we can find somebody, a diamond in the rough in this draft right here, who can
right.
be with us for years to come, man. Just like the individuals that we mentioned during the show who did great things for our organization, bro.
Right, man. That's what I'm hoping for, man. It's time to really just attack the defense. I've said multiple times I wouldn't mind an ugly draft, and that's what I mean by that is going on the defensive end, getting in those trenches, getting some people for the trenches. You think about it, man. The guys that we drafted last year was more so feels like they were drafted to be there for this year.
Yeah, they're
And
a red shirt,
think
pretty
about
much.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, and even though they are all pros now, you think about it, no, they're not. They are still
Mhm.
rookies because we didn't
Yes.
get enough of Dorless. We only got like 8 games of Aurora, and
Hmm.
then you also didn't have Braylon Trice.
Correct.
So we have all rookies, and we're going to add more rookies to them, and hopefully, something pops. That's what we're really hoping for. Get in those trenches. You should get get a linebacker, get a corner, some safety, whatever. I mean, because we can do better than what we are at all those positions, man.
You got that right. You got that right, dog. But like I said, man, thanks for coming by, man. We'll see what our boys are going to do, dog. And
Yes, sir.
hopefully, man, you already know we can link up before the draft, man. Do some more, draft talk about these Falcons, dog, and
Well,
get ready for it, man. Cause hey, we got a new season upon us. The last season happened. We got to worry about it no more. Let's look forward to see what these boys can do this year, dog.
hey, let's do it, man.
For
Let's do
sure.
it.
Hey man, Chris, thanks for coming by. Everybody, man, you already know A1 Forever Sports. Check him out. You know what I mean. And your boy Debo Vibes right here. Well, oh, tomorrow, everybody, check your boy out tomorrow, bright and early in the morning.
Oh
Goddamn,
yeah.
bright and early, man. Your boy gonna be with T Will, man, on for my ATL Sports One. You know what I mean. So I'll be on there at 8 o'clock promptly. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk some Falcons, talk some Braves, talk some Hawks for a little bit old school stuff, man. So yeah, man, you know, hey,
Yo.
Chris, you already know the deal is, man. You can pop up if you can, bro. Shoot,
Hey man, if I'm available, I never mind if I'm available.
for
They just
sure.
got
That's what's up.
sometimes you just gotta stay on to me, man, because I know I get a little busy for real.
Hey, nothing wrong being busy, bro. I feel you, dog. Well, we'll vibe out soon, everybody. Hope everybody enjoys their Thursday evening, and y'all take care of yourselves. And Chris, thank you so much again, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Take care, y'all. And